Hey everyone, Wazoo here. I thought I'd give a little introductory video to my channel for what it is, and yeah, I thought that it might really help for newcomers coming to kind of see where I'm coming from and what I'm thinking of doing and the kind of things I get involved with. Right now, I'm enjoying a really nice coffee. I've got a Keurig machine that I got myself for Christmas last year, and I kind of mixed that along with some brew coffee. I've been trying out some Italian stuff, which has kind of been a really neat blend. And it only takes a few minutes, to I bake my not bake I make my pot coffee in the morning right when I get up, and then I let it sit for most of the day, and then in the afternoon, when it comes time to some coffee, I mix it in along with some instant Keurig, which is turning out pretty good. It's kind of a good combo. Let's see, a little bit about me. Yeah, I'm a web developer by trade, but I really enjoy creating software, and that's kind of where my passion seems to have been since I started getting involved with computers way back when the internet was really young. Not quite as young. I think it started out as ARPANET in the 60s, going into the 70s, or at least it was envisioned back then. I can't remember if they launched it or if it was envisioned back then. But I started off back in the days of using a modem and dialing into networks, and then going from there, picking it up at university. We had Sun Station Labs, and which were really cool to get involved with, working with. That was my first introduction to Unix. Before then, I was always sort of an IBM PC guy, and along with that, I also had an Apple IIe that I grew up with. Spent many late nights on my Apple IIe playing Ultima 4. Anyway, that's kind of a sidetrack, but hey, I figure this is kind of that kind of video. So what I wanted to do was first fix my camera. Okay, that seems to have worked now. Okay. So what I want to do is just sort of give a few minutes, talk about what I've been up to, and kind of the constant issue I've been having for the past couple of years when it comes to my content creation, and maybe it'll help you understand where I'm coming from and why this channel is the way it is, why this content the way it is. Maybe that'll help make sense. You'll notice that I kind of do a mix of quite a few things. I enjoy playing through video games. That's part of my passion from when I was younger. But I also really enjoy, like I said, creating software. And so there's also going to be some software development tutorials and focus on this channel. And I think for now, I really struggled with sort of a proper channel identity, quote unquote. Oh, can't see that. Quote unquote channel identity. Every few months, I kind of, oh boy, I should, isolate this content on its own channel. Software development should be over there, and something, any blog entries I have, any vlogs should go over here on a different channel, rather than having everything kind of like a kitchen soup sort of channel. But for now, I think I've decided that I'd rather just keep everything together, and I'll split everything out by playlists. I'm going to try that approach and just see if that works. Please let me know. Reach out through comments or hit me up on Twitter at Yuzwa, and just let me know how things are working for you, and I appreciate any honesty. Maybe you say, I enjoy following your Java Spring content, but I'm really not interested in any of the games I play or anything like that. And fair enough. It's, my brain is not everyone else's brain, thank goodness. So all the different interests I have are definitely not shared by everyone else. So but I would appreciate just liking the content that you do like. And if there's anything you don't like, don't be afraid to downvote it. That's fine. That's what it's there for. I'm hoping you won't, but if you feel strongly about, I really don't like Java Spring, I'm downvoting the heck out of that one, then c'est la vie. It happens, right? Anyways. So yeah, I've got 4 kids. Like I said, I run a web development company called Wazoo Enterprises. I specialize in full stack web consultation services. And by day I usually work with Ruby on Rails, which I really enjoy. It's a really fantastic language. I also do a lot of work with React, JavaScript, and that's kind of where my focus has been right now. But like I say, so if, just because I may focus on some content for Java or for Ruby doesn't mean I'm no longer doing anything else. I also wanted to go through where my nickname Wazoo came from. As you might have figured, it's not really the most flattering of nicknames. If you Google the meaning of Wazoo, yeah. Anyways. Basically, as you might imagine, in university computer science, you're assigned a login name of the first initial of your first name and then your last name put together. So mine would be Euzwa, which happens to be my Twitter handle. And a lot of people just cannot pronounce Euzwa, and I don't blame them one bit. So one day, some friends of mine came into the computer science lab. They looked over my shoulder at my username, and then they loudly started coming up with Wazoo, which seemed to stick, and from there, that's kind of been my nickname. So you can't always pick the nickname you're given. So in this case, everything turned out kind of okay. I ended up calling my company Wazoo Enterprises, so everything kind of worked out. Let's see what else. My favorite game I'm playing at the moment is I'm playing World of Warcraft: The Burning Crusade Classic Edition. I really got into World of Warcraft back when it did first launch, like 15 plus years ago now, and I've been playing it for off and on for ever since then. But I've really enjoyed going back into the Burning Crusade Classic. I think it's one of the better expansions that they've had. And as you can see from my background behind me, I was there recently at the opening of the Dark Portal, which was really cool. It was really amazing to see so many people just there and knowing that we're all kind of sharing that experience together, which is pretty rare these days for World of Warcraft. It's become, even though it's an MMO RPG game, it's not really MMO. A lot of the experience is either single player or a very trimmed down, maybe 5 or 10 player sort of experience. It's very rare to kind of experience something where there's a lot of people together. This is kind of one of those rare experiences where a lot of players are kind of there together, and we're all. It's pretty exhilarating experiencing that kind of thing all together, knowing that there's a lot of other players there. Anyways, so I've been into World of Warcraft. I really enjoy roguelikes, as you might tell from my channel. I try and play a lot of roguelikes. Every year there's a competition, not really a competition, a friendly competition, a game jam called the 7DRL, which is the 7-day roguelike. You have 7 days to put together your own roguelike experience. I've made a few entries, and I find that 7 days is a really good amount of time. There's usually that usually covers 2 weekends. So a weekend during the start and then a weekend at the end to finish up. And then, it allows for time where, maybe you've got a day or 2 in there or 3 where real life takes over your calendar and you just can't get to your game. So I find that the 7-day period really works out really well. So I usually participate in that every year, and I really try and help promote other games online. So if you're another indie developer and you've got a title that you're working on and releasing, feel free to hit me up. I'll gladly take a look and try and share it across my network. For TV, I'm really interested in. I grew up watching a lot of British science fiction, so I'm definitely interested in classic Doctor Who, things like Red Dwarf, Blackadder. Um, what else? Space 1999, Blake 7, all that kind of stuff. I super enjoy. It was definitely awesome. When I was growing up, I would spend most of Saturday night just huddled up in my room watching classic Doctor Who when it was being played on KSPS. That was a really cool time. I really enjoyed it a lot. And yeah, I really love those shows. But I also branched out after that to things like Babylon 5, what's been, Star Trek Next Generation, of course. That's a given. Let's see. Buffy. Tons of other series that are not very quickly coming to my head right now. But yeah, I really enjoyed things like that. So yeah, so I thought I just end this intro video with that, just to give you a taste of where I am. Peace out, everyone.